Have you ever seen 1,000 rattlesnakes writhing in a single pit? Or heard a rattler's warning buzzing so loud it vibrated through your boots? You're about to find out what it's really like to survive a Texas rattlesnake roundup, where danger, tradition, and controversy all coil together for one wild, unforgettable experience. Howdy, folks. Welcome to the Lone Star Plate. If you've ever been curious about one of the most jaw-dropping, heart-pounding events Texas has to offer, you've just wrangled yourself into the right spot. Today, I'm taking you behind the scenes at a Texas Rattlesnake Roundup, an event that's about as Texan as brisket, Friday night lights, and the open prairie sky. Now, roundups aren't for the faint of heart. Even if you ain't scared of snakes, you've never seen them like this, by the wagon load, like a moving river of scales. Why do folks gather by the thousands to see, catch, and even eat venomous snakes? What does it feel like to walk into the belly of this beast and live to tell the tale? Hang around, 'cause I'll show you every gritty detail and share secrets most tourists never hear. So saddle up, y'all. We're heading to Sweetwater, Texas, home to the world's largest rattlesnake roundup. Every March, this little town of less than 11,000 heart turns into a full-blown festival. Folks pour in from all corners: ranchers, hunters, thrill seekers, and the curious. They come for spectacle and tradition, and maybe a little Texas-sized bragging rights. But let's back up. How did these roundups begin, and why do we keep them going? Back in the 1950s, rattlers were seen as a real threat. Ranchers worried their livestock, or even their kids, might stumble onto a pit of diamondbacks. Riding herd in Texas brush country, you learn quick, snakes and boots don't mix. The Sweetwater Roundup started as a way to thin out those numbers and give the community a reason to gather, laugh, and cut loose. But what's it actually like, surviving a day in the heart of it? It starts with the smell. If you've never caught a whiff of hundreds of live snakes baking under West Texas sun, let me tell you, it's unforgettable. Add in the dust, fried snake meat on the griddle, and the nervous sweat of first-timers, and you've got a peculiarly Texan perfume. Visitors file into the Nolan County Coliseum, where handlers, many third or fourth generation snake wranglers, hoist up burlap sacks heavy with angry diamondbacks. They dump them into a pit, sometimes with a live audience just an arm's length away. The sound is like rain on a tin roof, all those rattles going at once. It's exhilarating, it's terrifying, it's something you never forget. You'll see snake handlers, a special breed, let me tell you, dance into the pit with nothing but a hooked stick. Some put on a real show, grabbing a snake right behind the head, showing off giant fangs dripping with venom. The crowd gasps. Kids clutch their parents, and old-timers swap stories about the last close call they had out on the ranch. But it ain't just for thrills. There's a science behind the spectacle. Venom is milked from the snakes right there on the spot, destined for labs that'll turn it into life-saving anti-venom. Without these brave folks, hospitals wouldn't have what they need to treat bites, not just here, but all over the world. You might be surprised to learn snake meat is a delicacy down here. Fried rattlesnake is crunchy, a bit like frog legs with an earthy twist. Every year, I see city slickers screw up their courage, pop that first bite, and either grin wide or spit it in their napkin. It's a Texas rite of passage. But y'all, snake roundups aren't without controversy. Animal rights folks say roundups are cruel, hurt native wildlife, and stir up more snakes than they get rid of. Ranchers argue they're protecting families and cattle. Over the years, Some roundups have shifted to something called no-kill events, where snakes are caught, counted, and then released. It's an ongoing debate, a real Texas standoff where both sides are dug in deep. Still, for many, the roundup is about tradition, community, and keeping those old cowboy skills alive. You see generations, grandpas teaching grandkids how to spot a snake in the grass, how to move slow and steady, how to respect nature, even the things that make our skin crawl. Let me take you into the heart of the action. I remember my first roundup. I was just a kid, boots barely broken in, watching as a handler wrangled a 6-foot western diamondback, its rattle like a starting gun. He locked eyes with me, winked, and said, "You see that? Fear in the field keeps you alive, but up here it's respect that wins the day." I never forgot it, 'cause in Texas, even our most dangerous creatures demand respect. Here's where it gets real. In all my years, I've seen close calls, handlers bitten, folks fainting, pure adrenaline shaking through the stands. But every time, I'm reminded that these men and women are stewards of an old knowledge, a mix of danger and folklore you can't find on a city block. So, what's my advice for surviving a Texas rattlesnake roundup? First up, boots, not sandals. Watch where you step, and never, ever try to impress someone by handling a snake if you don't know what you're doing. Trust the locals, listen close, and carry a healthy dose of awe for nature. Take it all in, the wild spectacle, the incredible skill, the food, the music, and the stories. Participate, yes, but always respect the danger and the tradition that runs deep in these Texas bones. All right, y'all, now it's your turn. Would you ever step inside that coliseum, heart racing, surrounded by 1,000 rattlers? Do you think these roundups are a vital Texas tradition, or a thing of the past that needs change? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to know your side of this Texas tale. If you enjoyed this wild ride, hit that like button, subscribe for more untamed Lone Star stories, and share this with your most daring friends. Thanks for joining me here at the Lone Star Plate. Until next time, keep your boots on, your eyes open, and your Texas spirit alive. See you down the trail.